Well, welcome to Romans chapter 7. This is an extremely interesting chapter, and I'd like to start today just by making a statement. The Christian life, when it is being lived the way that it's meant to be lived, is a life of incredible joy, incredible freedom. I used to have a little Boston Terrier named Bugs, and the thing you have to understand about Bugs is that she was a wild dog. She was rambunctious, and she had these big old eyes that bugged out of her head, which is, of course, that's why we called her Bugs. Anyway, sometimes when we went to church, we had to lock her up in her little cage, and she didn't like that at all. Actually, she hated it. But when we finally got home and somebody opened the door to that cage, man, she was out of there. You have never seen something move so fast. And she would go flying around the house, just running round and round and round, eyes, bugging out like she was possessed, tongue flapping out while she was running. She looked absolutely crazy because you see, she was so happy when she got loose. She was rejoicing. And that is the way the Christian life is meant to be. We're free. We've been let out of the cage. And sin and death and condemnation, it can't hold us anymore. Now, it's like we've been studying in the last 6 chapters. Christ took our sin on himself. There's nothing left to do. He's done it all. And we're just free. That's a reason to be deliriously joyful. Just like my dog, Bugs. There is one sure way to lose all of that joy, and it's called legalism. It will suck the joy right out of you. It'll turn a joyful, vibrant Christian into a very sour, uptight person. You ever see a sour Christian? Looks like they've been sucking on a lemon all week. I've seen it. And if I'm being honest, I've been there myself. Because, maybe I'm kind of a perfectionist sometimes, and I can fall into the trap of legalism. Now, what is legalism? It's just me trying to earn something from God by what I do. I'm going to earn something from God by being so faithful or being so good that I'll get a kind of gold star from God. If I can just stop cursing or just start being more giving, if I can do more of the right stuff and stop doing all the bad stuff, it's called legalism, trying to earn my way with God. And I'll tell you, it'll rob you of all your joy. Now, why is that? It's because it makes our relationship with God dependent on us. Like every time we scream at somebody in traffic or we hit our thumb with the hammer and some colorful language flies out, that now my relationship with God is in trouble because it's all riding on you, it's riding on your behavior. That's called legalism, and it'll suck the joy right out of you. Now, somebody's going to be thinking, well, hold on a minute, because it kind of sounds like you're throwing out the law. You're saying that it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, we're saved by grace, but shouldn't we at least be trying to follow God's moral law, 10 Commandments, all those things that Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount? After all, it's his law, right? I mean, he wrote it down for a reason. So how does God's law, how does that relate to us who've been saved by grace alone? You ever think about that? Well, this is what Paul is actually going to be talking about in Romans chapter 7. It's really, really interesting. And I believe it's going to be very helpful to you because a lot of Christians really get confused about this. And we'll start digging into this subject next time. So I'll see you then.